What happens to our body if we only eat meat? There has been much debate on the carnivore diet. It's an approach that feels both ancient and radical all at once. People often share dramatic stories of transformation, claiming it has cured them of everything from autoimmune diseases to chronic fatigue. This has certainly captured the public's imagination. The rules are starkly simple. You eat only animal products. Meat, fish, eggs, butter, and hard cheese. What is completely eliminated is just as important. No fruits, no vegetables, no grains, no legumes, no nuts or seeds. The diet is essentially a zero-carbohydrate or extremely low-carbohydrate plan, taking ketogenic principles to the extreme. It is a radical departure from mainstream dietary advice that champions a plant-rich, balanced plate. The philosophy: ancient ancestors mostly ate meat, and our bodies aren't well adapted to many modern plant foods. But what does the science actually say about an all-meat lifestyle? It's a fascinating question, and one we must approach with a healthy dose of curiosity and skepticism. One of the most common reasons people turn to the carnivore diet is for rapid weight loss, and the anecdotal reports are often quite dramatic. From a scientific standpoint, this makes a certain amount of sense. When you eliminate carbohydrates, your body is forced to switch its primary fuel source from glucose to fat, a metabolic state known as ketosis. This process can be a very effective tool for shedding pounds. Furthermore, animal products, particularly red meat and eggs, are incredibly satiating. The high protein and fat content helps you feel fuller for longer, which naturally leads to a reduction in overall calorie intake without the constant feeling of hunger that plagues many other diets. Beyond simple calorie reduction, the hormonal effects of a zero-carb diet play a significant role. Consuming carbohydrates causes a spike in the hormone insulin, which is responsible for shuttling glucose into our cells, but also acts as our primary fat storage hormone. By keeping carbohydrates extremely low, insulin levels remain stable and low throughout the day. This hormonal environment makes it much easier for your body to access and burn its own stored fat for energy. However, much of the evidence comes from personal testimonials rather than large-scale trials. While the potential for weight loss is alluring, we must look at the other side of the coin: the significant risks and potential nutrient deficiencies. The most obvious concern is the complete lack of dietary fiber. For decades, fiber has been crucial for gut health. It feeds beneficial gut bacteria, helps maintain regular bowel movements, and links to lower colon cancer risk. A plant-free diet starves friendly microbes, drastically altering your gut microbiome. Another red flag is heart health. Carnivore diets are often very high in saturated fat and cholesterol from fatty cuts of red meat and butter. Mainstream advice has long recommended limiting these to lower cardiovascular risk. Micronutrients are also a problem. Plants are the main source of key vitamins, especially vitamin C. Fresh meat has small amounts of vitamin C but usually not enough, raising scurvy concerns. Other missing nutrients include potassium, magnesium, antioxidants, and polyphenols, found in fruits and vegetables. Finally, kidney concerns. Very high-protein diets increase kidney workload, which can make high protein dangerous for those with pre-existing issues. The carnivore community is full of powerful claims, and it's important we examine them with a scientific lens. One of the most prevalent myths is that humans are obligate carnivores, meaning we should eat only meat like cats. This is simply not true from an anatomical or evolutionary perspective. Our digestive system shows it. Length of our intestines, presence of molars for grinding plant matter, which points to a long history as omnivores. Another claim: all plant foods are toxic and inflammatory. Some plants contain anti-nutrients, lectins, phytic acid oxalates, but their harm is widely overstated. For most people, they're not a problem, and cooking often neutralizes them. Many so-called plant toxins like polyphenols actually have a hormetic effect, small stress that boosts defense and repair, ultimately making us stronger. Another myth: you don't need fiber for a healthy gut. People say bloating and gas vanish on carnivore, so fiber must be the culprit. It's like a quiet garden because you've stopped watering. Weeds and flowers both gone. A healthy gut is a diverse ecosystem. Fiber feeds beneficial bacteria. Finally, some claim lots of red meat doesn't raise cancer risk, contradicting major health groups like WHO. So, after weighing the dramatic anecdotes against the available scientific evidence, what is the final verdict on the carnivore diet? Not a one-size-fits-all solution. For the vast majority, likely unnecessary and potentially risky. For most, a balanced omnivorous diet rich in whole foods is the most evidence-based approach to a long, healthy life. We shouldn't dismiss those who've found relief on this diet, but maybe only a small subset with specific severe issues. Certain autoimmune conditions, intractable digestive problems could use it as a short-term elimination tool. This must be temporary, not permanent, under strict medical supervision to monitor nutrient deficiencies and health markers. The science today, an extreme intervention with unknown long-term consequences. Short-term weight loss likely from high protein and low carbs. Risks: gut health, cardiovascular health, nutrient status. We lack long-term high-quality studies to call it safe long-term. So who should try it? Very few, if any, without compelling medical reasons and professional guidance. Instead of a magic bullet, focus on nutrition fundamentals. Eat a variety of whole foods. The carnivore diet is an interesting case study, but until rigorous data exists, it remains an experiment best left on the fringes.